Can I have this bamboo rod, please?
Shide, I no longer need it.
Oh, it's lost all its fur. Poor thing.
I'll take the fur with me, so that it won't freeze in vain at least. I'm sure it'll prove useful. Hello,
What can I do for you?
I'm Talorel, and, new in town. Hi there.
Charmed. My name is Magnus, and I'm working.
What kind of house is this? It sure smells a little different.
This is a library. I am a librarian, and that's the smell of old books. For some people, a new experience, certainly.
Magnus, can one also borrow books from you?
Although I would prefer it if this were a reference library, I am unfortunately also required to lend books out, but only one per visitor.
I'll be off then. Hello.
Hello, traveler.
I was wondering what you do around here.
A stupid question. As you can see, I'm drinking a single mild.
No, I mean, what do you do in Heaven's Hope?
I have the biggest and best and only transport company in Heaven's Hope. And I really do transport anything. Of course, only things that are legal. Or have you heard otherwise?
No?
Good, good.
Isn't that difficult with the Inquisition here and all?
Why? Have you heard anything in that direction?
No, of course not.
Good, good.
I'll be going then. Hello.
Hello, handsome. What'll it be?
What do you have?
How about a good single mild? Or a Camillo blended? I could even make you a Bloody Virgin Mary.
Single mild?
From an oak barrel. A good shot. No additives.
Bloody Virgin Mary?
Named after our Queen Mary, who was rather forceful in religious matters. Tomato juice with Worcester sauce and fine spices. Untainted and pure.
Camillo blended?
An excellent infusion of herbaceous Asteraceae, matured on the stalk and boiled in clear well water for at least 10 minutes. Mild, but spicy. Subtle, not overblown.
It all sounds a bit weird.
I'm sorry. There's just water, juice, and chamomile tea. We simply have no alcohol whatsoever. I'm trying my best to somehow keep people happy.
Why aren't there any chairs?
Greta confiscated them and used them for the pyre. Just like all the pews from the church. The tables here are on the quiet as it is.
Why is it so quiet here?
I wonder why. What on earth should one do in a pub with no alcohol?
Why isn't there any alcohol?
Greta instituted the prohibition. Says alcohol is bad for the character and the faith.
Where have you been getting your alcohol up till now?
Vladich always used to deliver it, and then Bill had a small supply, but that's gone now too.
What about the bottle of beer on the counter?
Well, that one lone bottle wouldn't really satisfy anyone. Besides, it's reserved.
I'll be going then.
One, four.
Doesn't look very friendly and doesn't seem to sleep particularly well. And he keeps babbling something in his sleep. He wakes up before you can understand what he's saying. Hi, I'm...
Get lost!
What? But
I'm working. Can't you see that?
you're just standing here.
No, I'm waiting.
Isn't waiting the same as standing around?
I'm the cemetery caretaker. That's why I'm waiting. That's my job.
So, what are you waiting for?
For someone to die.
Oh. Would you let me into the cemetery?
Absolutely not.
That's not going to get you anywhere.
I'll just be going then. Hello, Joffrey.
Oh, hello, Talorel.
There's a piece of paper up on the pillory I would like to have, but I can't reach it. Would you perhaps be so friendly as to get it for me?
Joffrey is happy to help. Here's your piece of paper.
Thanks a lot. This really is a piece of the blueprint. Do you know the cemetery caretaker?
Of course, Irving. Joffrey knows everyone in town.
Irving is quite a restless sleeper.
Yes. Maybe the dead won't leave him in peace.
Irving is pretty grouchy.
He doesn't have much experience dealing with the living, and it doesn't bother the dead.
Why doesn't Irving let anyone into the cemetery?
Oh, Irving lets people into the cemetery, all right, but only dead ones.
I'll be going then. Hello, man of God.
Hello, young man. How can I help you?
If I may introduce myself, Father, my name is Talorel.
Glad to meet you, Talorel. My name is Bartholomew. I am the shepherd of this hall and the priest here in Heaven's Hope.
Who are those icons supposed to be?
These are the founders of an old order of knights who once had their seat here in the area long ago. This church was built upon the foundation of their most sacred chapel.
On a chapel?
That was long ago, shortly after the Crusades. The chapel itself was too run down to save, so this church was built on its foundations. But the church's ossuary dates back to the old chapel, and the founder of the order is buried there.
What order was that?
The Order of the Sword of St. Michael.
Wow!
Sounds more powerful than it actually was. You know, back in the Middle Ages, for a long time it was de rigueur to go to the Holy Land and kill a few infidels. That was a popular sport amongst nobles.
The good old days.
However, not all nobles were so sporty. Some were quite happy at home. Regular income, roof over your head, no Saracens, quite pleasant, really. But public pressure was, of course, there, and so the rather more sluggish of the feudal lords banded together to travel to Jerusalem. Nice and slow, with lots of luggage and lots of provisions.
No wonder we lost the Crusades, if everyone was just out for a stroll.
And what does this have to do with Michael?
On their return, the knights had to somehow make it interesting. They therefore claim to have found the Archangel Michael's sword while in the Holy Land.
Well, if that's all he did.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit. He's always leaving his things lying around all over the place.
Anyway, hence the name, the Order of the Sword of St. Michael.
What do those symbols on the icons mean?
It has to do with their rank within the order. As High Master, William Cothelstone bore this slightly squiggly H in his coat of arms. Barnaby Garlick was the Seneschal, or in this somewhat special order, Seneschal, and was therefore awarded the Z in his coat of arms. Harold of Limids was third-ranked and but a simple friar all his life, which was why he bore the F in his coat of arms.
Why did those crusaders establish an order anyway?
Oh, probably for tax purposes. Makes it easier to deduct the raids. You get a better rate on indulgences, too.
I'll be going then. Hey, Bloomford. Here, I have the piece of the blueprint that was hanging on the pillory. Here you are.
Excellent, my boy.
Hello, Kareem.
Hello, Effendi.
I'm looking for a slip of paper that's supposed to have flattered over this way. You haven't by any chance found one, have you?
Effendi, I beg of you, no more talk of paper slips. I spent the whole night affixing labels to bottles of my caffeine shampoo, and it almost drove me mad. I had exactly 30 labels for 30 bottles, and somehow I still have one left over.
Maybe you already sold a bottle without a label, but don't remember anymore.
No, I'm afraid that is impossible. You see, I keep very close track of who has purchased what from me in my customer list, and if they have already paid.
Maybe someone stole a bottle.
No. I counted the bottles 3 times, so that cannot be the problem. It is truly strange.
Have you ever sold any of the labeled bottles?
But of course, Effendi. 3 this morning alone. The shampoo is very popular.
May I please see that?
Under no circumstances, Effendi. That is a trade secret.
Did you see that?
What?
There, behind you.
A 3-headed monkey or what?
No, a goat.
A 3-headed goat?
No, just a goat. I'll just borrow it, but only for a short while.
Hey, Effendi, there was no goat. Or did I miss it?
Kareem's customer list. I just borrowed it for a little while. It says here that to date, he's only sold his caffeine shampoo to Bill, to Magnus, and Bartholomew. Hello, Magnus.
Greetings, Talorel.
Say, did you by any chance buy some of Kareem's caffeine shampoo?
Caffeine shampoo? Me? Why would I buy any of that so-called miracle cure, which, incidentally, doesn't work at all?
But according to Kareem's customer list here, you did buy a bottle.
What? How did you get hold of Kareem's customer list? That must be some sort of a mistake.
We're not getting anywhere here. He obviously doesn't want to admit that he bought that caffeine shampoo.
I'll be off then. Hello, Father Bartholomew.
Hello, Talorel.
Did you by any chance buy some of Kareem's caffeine shampoo?
Yes, indeed. Magnus recommended it as a remedy for those pesky paper fleas.
Caffeine shampoo as a remedy for paper fleas?
Well, I met him as he was on his way back from Kareem's with the caffeine shampoo and asked him what he needed that for. He told me that he uses it against the paper fleas in the library.
Paper fleas?
Yes, and my churchgoers have been complaining that something has been biting them during Mass, and that's why they're not coming at the moment. That made me wonder if the hymnals might have paper fleas, and so I gave it a try.
Uh-huh.
But that was a failure. Didn't do a thing except stain the hymnals and make them smell funny.
Do you still have the bottle of the caffeine shampoo?
No, I threw it away.
Oh, okay. I could have used it because...
Hush, Talorel. Don't tell him about the blueprint. You don't know what he thinks of the Inquisition.
I collect bottles. Yeah, and that is an absolutely exceptional shape, which I don't have yet.
So, if that's so, I threw it into the dustbin behind the church in Tavern Lane. You can check to see if it's still there.
What do you think about the fact that Greta has reinstituted the Inquisition in Heaven's Hope?
Well, Greta was sent by the church, and when the Holy Mother Church, well, if they consider Greta to be the right choice, to ensure law and order in Heaven's Hope, well...
Right.
I'll be going then.
Vladich, you promised me that the goods would be here today.
Psst. Yes, I know what I told you. But Greta's latest decrees make it more difficult to get something that hot into Heaven's Hope. It takes longer and costs more money.
That was not our agreement.
I know, but the situation is what it is. And if you prefer to tell your customers that you don't have any product...
It's always nice doing business with you. Let me know how much more you need.
You'll hear from me. Oh, hello, traveler. Nice weather today, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that so?
What was that?
Looks as if there's something dodgy going on.
Now I have to reach in there. Absolutely disgusting. Wait a minute. There's something silky in there. Looks like something Bartholomew would wear.
Perhaps this is one of the father's old cassocks. Definitely looks like it's made of silk.
Oh my.
Just 1 minute, young man.
Who, me?
You see any other young man here?
No,
And do you see anyone else here rummaging through one of these dustbins?
No.
In a dustbin above which hangs a large and easily legible sign, upon which it clearly states, "Rummaging in dustbins prohibited."
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just...
Nonsense. It's always just. But it's always just an excuse. I am hereby officially warning you. Here, remember this before you go around getting into trouble again.
Look, he's sneaking quietly out of the barn. His own barn.
And there's a strange smell coming from the barn. Ugh, makes one rather giddy.
Hello, Bill.
Well, howdy, Talorel. What can I do for you?
So what are you doing in the barn?
Nothing. Weather sure is beautiful, ain't it?
Did you ever buy a bottle of caffeine shampoo from that Kareem?
That miracle cure? What would an old fella need something like that for? At my age, there ain't no reason to go snazzing myself up anymore.
Are you quite certain? It's just that your name is here on Kareem's customer list.
Oh, that bottle. Why didn't you say so at the outset? You promised not to tell anyone, and I'll tell you what I did with it.
I solemnly promise.
My late wife, Stacy, God rest her soul, made a wonderful stew. I've never been able to make it taste the same. And then, one day, some of that there caffeine shampoo fell into the stew pot. Believe it or not, now it tastes just like my love Stacy used to make. It's almost as if she was still with me now.
I see. So you don't need the bottle anymore then, do you? May I have it?
Well, sure. I already got the stew on the fire, and the bottle's empty. Here, take it.
Oh, this is the wrong bottle. No piece of the blueprint. Kareem must have pasted that piece on one of the other two bottles. The ones he sold to Magnus and Bartholomew.